Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday, a beautiful day to grab a massive cup of coffee and talk about the absolute insanity that just went down in Los Angeles. I hope you guys are having a great week so far because the Forresters definitely are not. Let's just jump right into this mess because I have so many thoughts and I don't even know where to begin. And honestly, I am just so tired today, but I could not sit out on this recap because what we just watched was probably one of the most chaotic moments in the history of this show. I have been staring at my screen for like an hour trying to process it. You guys know I cover this stuff every single day, and usually I can see the plot twists coming from a mile away, but this was completely out of left field, and I am still picking my jaw up off the floor. So let's set the scene because the context here is everything. We all know Forrester Creations has been spiraling lately. Hope Logan completely defected to Logan Creations, launching her new line and leaving Forrester in the dust. Eric Forrester has been dealing with that massive PR nightmare, not to mention the fact that he literally just caught a stray punch to the face from Will Spencer at the bikini bar. So Eric is stressed, Ridge is stressed, and the whole family is just trying to hold it together. And Eric decides the best way to fix this is to do a massive live broadcast to announce the triumphant return of his haute couture line. He wants to reclaim the narrative. He wants to show the world that Forrester Creations is still the king of the fashion industry, and that Logan is just a temporary distraction. The cameras are rolling, the press is there, the live stream is up, and Eric is just passionately going on and on about his fabrics and his legacy. But then it happens. Right in the middle of Eric's big speech, the doors to the press room just burst open. And I mean they fly open. Where is Charlie Weber? Seriously, what does Forrester pay their security team for? Because a beautiful blonde woman just walks right past whatever security they have left and marches straight into the middle of a live global broadcast. Her name is Sophie, and she is absolutely stunning, but she is a complete wreck. She is crying, her makeup is a little smudged, and she looks like she has been carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, but she isn't alone. She is holding the hand of this incredibly cute little boy. He looks to be about maybe a year and a half or 2 years old. So Sophie marches right up to the front of the room, completely ignoring the flashing cameras and the reporters who are suddenly whispering and pointing. She doesn't even look at Eric, who is literally mid-sentence, and just freezes with this look of absolute horror on his face. She locks eyes with RJ Forrester. And she just starts sobbing uncontrollably right there on the live feed. She looks at RJ and she says it. She confesses right in front of the entire world that this little boy is his son. Just wow. Complete chaos. Total disaster. I was literally just staring at my screen with my jaw on the floor because we all knew something was going to happen during this press conference, but I don't think a single one of us expected a secret baby to just waltz into the room. And the live chat on the broadcast and the show must have been going absolutely nuclear. Sophie tells RJ through her tears that this is the result of their romantic fling in Paris 2 years ago. And if you guys remember, RJ was in Europe for a long time. He was traveling, he was being an influencer, he was living that glamorous Forrester lifestyle on Ridge's credit cards. It completely makes sense that he had some wild romances over there. But a secret child that he didn't know about. Or maybe he did know and just ignored it. We don't have all the answers yet, but the implications are just massive. RJ's reaction was everything. He just stood there. He literally just stood there frozen like a deer in the headlights. You could see the memories just flooding back into his eyes. He recognized her instantly. There was no denial on his face. No, who are you confusion. He knew exactly who Sophie was, and he knew exactly what happened in Paris. The color completely drained from his face, and he looked like he was going to pass out right there on the runway. But let's talk about Ridge for a second, because oh my god, Ridge Forrester looked like his head was going to physically explode. The veins in his neck were popping out. He was furious. And I mean absolutely enraged. Ridge has been on this massive high horse lately. He has been lecturing everyone about family values and reputation. He just went to war with the Spencer family because Will Spencer got into a fight with RJ. Ridge literally cornered Elektra and gave her a brutal ultimatum to dump Will because Will was a violent threat and a scandal to the family. Ridge has been acting like RJ is this perfect golden boy who can do no wrong. And now Ridge's golden boy just had his secret European love child paraded onto a live global broadcast, completely destroying Eric's haute couture launch and dragging the Forrester name through the mud in front of the entire fashion industry. The hypocrisy is just so rich I could eat it with a spoon. Ridge has had 9 marriages and 8 divorces. He punches people in the face, and now his son is caught up in a massive baby mama scandal. I honestly love to see Ridge squirm because he deserves it for how he treated Will and Elektra. But you know who doesn't deserve this? Melissa Dillon? Let's be real, my heart completely broke for Melissa in this episode. Dillon has been through so much lately. She was caught up in the whole Remy Price deepfake drama. She was pining after Will Spencer for a minute, and then she finally found a connection with RJ. They just had that incredibly passionate encounter at RJ's new beach house. Dillon really thought she was finally getting her happy ending. She thought she was the main character in RJ's life now. And she was standing right there in the press room, watching RJ with so much pride, probably thinking about their future together. And then Sophie walks in. The look on Melissa Dillon's face was just pure, unadulterated devastation. She looked completely betrayed and crushed, and who can blame her? She just gave her heart to this guy. She thought they were building something real, and suddenly she finds out he has a whole child with a beautiful blonde woman from Paris. It makes her look like a fool. It makes her feel like a placeholder. I honestly don't know how Dillon recovers from this. She is RJ's assistant now. They work together every single day. How is she supposed to look at him tomorrow? How is she supposed to take notes for him while he is dealing with custody battles and paternity tests? She is going to be so humiliated. Maybe I'm being too harsh on RJ because he didn't know the kid existed, but still. Dillon has every right to feel completely shattered. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. So what happens now? Because the media is going to have a field day with this. Eric's press conference was supposed to be the moment Forrester Creations fought back against Logan. Katie and Hope have been dominating the headlines with their New Hope by Logan line. This was Eric's chance to steal the spotlight back. And he did steal the spotlight, but for all the wrong reasons. The press doesn't care about Eric's new fabrics or his hand-stitched gowns anymore. They only care about the Forrester heir and his secret Parisian love child. The headlines tomorrow aren't going to say Eric Forrester returns to haute couture. They're going to say RJ Forrester's secret baby crashes live broadcast. It is a total PR nightmare, and you just know Bill Spencer is sitting in his office right now, swirling a glass of whiskey and laughing his head off. Bill loves nothing more than watching Ridge suffer. Bill is probably going to use this scandal to push Logan Creations even further ahead in the market. I wouldn't even be surprised if Bill somehow tries to hire Sophie to model for Logan just to twist the knife in Ridge's back. And what about RJ? Is he actually the father? This is a soap opera, so we have to ask the rhetorical questions. Who actually believes this is going to be a simple, straightforward paternity case? Is Sophie telling the truth? Did someone hire her to crash the broadcast? Could this be a setup? I mean, I want to believe the kid is RJ's because the drama is just too good. But we have to remember that RJ has enemies. Will Spencer hates his guts right now. Will is facing assault charges because RJ instigated a fight and then ducked, causing Will to punch Eric. Will lost Elektra because of RJ. Could Will have dug up this dirt on RJ and paid Sophie to crash the broadcast? I know, that sounds a little crazy. Will is a mess right now. He's drinking too much. He's probably not organized enough to orchestrate a fake baby scandal. But you never know with the Spencers. Or maybe it's just the truth. Maybe RJ really did get a girl pregnant in Paris and she finally tracked him down. If that's the case, RJ is going to have to step up. He has been acting so smug lately, acting like he is the mature one compared to Will. Well, nothing forces you to grow up faster than a crying toddler. I just keep thinking about Eric, though. Poor Eric. He has been through the ringer. He almost died a while ago, then his wife Donna betrayed him by keeping Katie's secret, then he gets punched in the eye, and now his big comeback is ruined. He just stood there at the podium looking so defeated. It's like the universe is telling Eric to just retire and go play golf, because every time he tries to work, his family ruins it. And the fans on social media are already choosing sides. Some people are saying RJ is a victim of a gold digger. Others are saying RJ is a deadbeat who abandoned his responsibilities. The timeline is an absolute mess right now. But honestly, the person I am watching closest in all of this is Steffi. Steffi is already hanging on by a thread. She is doing extreme damage control for the company. She is fighting with hope, and she is dealing with the fact that Finn wants to let Sheila Carter back into their lives. Steffi is going to lose her mind when she finds out her little brother just caused the biggest scandal of the decade. Steffi might actually just pack up Kelly and Hayes and move to Paris herself to escape this family. So yeah, that is where we are at. A secret baby, a ruined broadcast, a furious Ridge, a crushed Melissa Dillon, and a stunned RJ. The writers really said, let's just burn everything to the ground today, and I am here for it. I need to know what you guys think. Drop a comment and tell me your theories. Is the baby really RJ's? Is Sophie a scammer? Will Melissa Dillon forgive him? And how is Ridge going to spin this to protect his precious family image? I am going to go take a nap because this show is exhausting me, but I will be back tomorrow to break down the fallout. Because you know the next episode is going to start exactly where this one left off, with RJ staring at that little boy. Stay tuned, guys, it's going to be a bumpy ride.